outsourcing must provide a greater value than just the financial one. I'm going to talk to you about this value today, and eventually going through this process, you'll have to produce this digital product, whatever you're concepting. Is going to be in-house? Do you need to outsource? Do you need to partner with somebody else? It's a big topic. So let's focus on the outsourcing and what is the core value that we need to get from it. And it's not only financial. IT industry has substantially changed in the past 3 years due to the amazing exponential growth of demand for software development services, well, all the services that encompass delivery of a digital product. This quest to outsource has become a bit different than it was 5, 10, 15 years ago, as right now you should probably not looking only to find a development partner, a company that will deliver something cheaper than it would cost you wherever you live. I'm talking about the fact that now the resources are so scattered that you actually are in quest of finding a resource rather than finding a cheaper resource. Now that's a major problem at one hand, if you look at it from a wrong perspective, from 15 years ago. Let's talk about some simple math here. Let's say you would need 160K gross to employ a software engineer in New York City. That is some 13K a month, with operational expenses maybe 16K, optimistically. Now, if you outsource to, let's say, Eastern Europe, even India, the same prices are now more or less across outsourcing regions. You would probably need half of that, about 8K. I guess you would probably be charged about, I don't know, 40 to 50 US an hour. So that would be around 8K, maybe even together with operational expenses. Now, 5 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, many companies would outsource to India their entire software development teams. Now, in the past 3 years, that's not only the case only there, but across Eastern Europe. That even further decreases your expenditure on delivering software, and you will probably even save 75% of the expense if you move the entire development center to Eastern Europe. Now, what does this actually mean? How is that changing the landscape of the IT industry in each of those countries? And that is something that we must be aware of, because this huge migration to Eastern Europe is increasing the cost to employ anybody in the software development industry. I'm talking everybody. It's not only developers, but managers, QA, designers, consultants, whatever. What does this increasing cost mean to you, and why is it getting increased? So look at this. You move your entire development center to, let's say, Belgrade, Serbia. That's where I'm from. And one of my businesses is there, Engineers Ltd. Doesn't matter. What matters is we have situation here with, I don't know, maybe 100 different companies that open development centers from the US, from anywhere in the Western Europe and the US. And somebody who was spending 16K a month on a developer and is now spending 4K a month on developers, so it's 75% savings. And by doing that, he has increased salary level for these people. They have basically pulled in all the resources to themselves by spending very little to what they have spending, but spending a lot more than what the environment could provide them in the years before that. Now imagine 100 companies comes in and each takes 100 developers. Do the math. It's a massive amount of resources being pulled out into development centers, and those resources are booked and cannot be reused for anybody else. There's migration between companies, between people, but it's all the same amount of people. So what is happening now? It's happening that, as it is a worldwide trend, re-education or education to become software developer by going through 3 months, 6 months, year courses online or in the IT schools. So we are now getting a massive amount of resources, I can't say professionals, I'm sorry, but I can't, that do not have technological background, university degree. And why university degree? Because it teaches you to think. It puts foundation into your mental synapses and stuff that you can actually connect things and see them from the broader picture. That's why we have gymnasiums, that's why we have universities. Now imagine somebody without that background going through tutorials and becoming a software developer. They can do a very linear job that doesn't have a broad spectrum of understanding of the entire software development concept. That means that you would need somebody or a group of people that can lead such developers educated in such way. I'm not saying they're not good developers. I have a few in my team which are excellent, but they're missing this greater picture. Maybe in some years that will come, they will improve. They will connect the missing dots from the people that went through everything and know. It's simply understanding, broad understanding of everything. So this is a big topic. I'm going to cut it short here because there's so much talk about this, and I'm going to leave it for the next episode. So I'm going to sum it up and let's resume next time. I'm going to try to do this weekly, especially on the topic of outsourcing and why you should look at outsourcing in a different perspective, why you should look to partner with a company that can provide resources rather than look at it from the perspective of outsourcing the work elsewhere. The importance of highly educated senior personnel who can lead other people. And the one thing that is missing in all this digital technology and innovation and progress, everything that's happening, the technological revolution, is empathy and working with people and getting the value from the people themselves. And one thing that just this reminds me on is that when I hire people, fuck, what else would I say? I always tell them on the interviews, I'm always looking to hire somebody who is a good, honest person that has empathy, sympathy, who understands, who can talk, who can cry, who can laugh, who can bitch at me, whatever. But I need a good person that I can work with. And even if they didn't have software experience before that, I can teach them. I taught many. And I know that will work because I have a nice, amazing, brilliant team of senior engineers who can lead the entire group and produce amazing values. So again, outsourcing versus partnership, where we are focusing the value that is being brought, which is not measurable in number of hours, but in the value that is produced. Stay tuned, we'll speak more about this. Hey guys, I really hope I brought you value with this episode of the Digital Product Concepting and Innovation. Go ahead, subscribe, share this, pass it on, and let me know what you think.